Mm, mm, mm. Good morning and welcome to Burnews News and Views. I'm your host, Don Burgess, and with me today is Gina Spence of Gina Spence Productions. Welcome this morning. How are you?
Good morning, Don. I'm good. How are you?
Very lovely, thank you.
It's good to see you.
It's always a pleasure to see you as well. This morning we were going to talk about the Each One Reach One campaign. Maybe explain to our audience what that is to those who may not be familiar with that.
Sure. Well, Each One Reach One is a back to school campaign that Gina Spence has been doing for the last 8 years in partnership with Gibbons Company. It actually started quite a few years ago. We actually used to do an event down at the playground on Parsons Road where we would raise funds, get gift cards, and give them out to families in need. Shortly after we partnered with Gibbons, we were able to kind of add another element to the gift cards, and that was to be able to take gently used clothing, school clothing, and recycle them. Unfortunately, this year, due to the COVID-19 regulations, we are just not able to do the recycling portion of the program this year. So that has really forced us to really focus on raising more funds. We usually receive up to 1,000 pieces of clothing every year, everything from sweats to shirts to blazers to sneakers to socks. I mean, the whole outfit. And we usually give to children from preschool to high school, public and private. So not being able to do the recycling program was, a bit disappointing, but we still wanted to help, because we know that there are lots of um, many families parents who are out of work, many parents who've had their hours reduced, and just people who were struggling before the pandemic. So we work in conjunction with other charities. So we work with the Coalition for the Protection of Children, Big Brothers Big Sisters, the Family Center, and the lion's share of the clients at the Department of Financial Assistance also benefit from our program. So we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of children.
With the recycling program, what was the major problem this year? Were they worried about possible spread of COVID?
Well, not just that. I mean, Gibbons Company actually does the collection of the clothing. So you could imagine, having over 1,000 pieces of clothing dropped off, sorted, and distributed. It takes an army. So just to get the people together to actually sort through all of those clothes, that alone, people coming in and trying, to see if they fit the children. With those types of challenges, it was no way that we could even um, orchestrate the actual, recycling program. We are very grateful that Gibbons has still agreed, to work with us to at least, as we're raising the funds, they've come up with what they call an essential kit. An essential kit is basically a package, affordable package that gets a child ready for school for the day. So there are two different types of essential kits. I'm trying to look at my notes.
Okay.
And the essential kit usually helps the child to get ready, and it is everything from underclothes to what the child has on: the shorts, the skirts, the shirt, the socks, the knapsack. So they're ready for school for the first day. So the essential kits have been packaged that way so that if somebody wants to sponsor a child, because most people want to know, well, how much does it cost? How much does it cost to get a child ready for school? Now, these costs have been put together by Gibbons so that, we can um, get each child ready. And then we have the second package, which is a weekly package, 3 shirts, 3 shorts, 3 pairs of socks. And so we're really happy that we're still able to assist. Our goal is to see that no child is left behind. Our goal is still to be able to help in whichever way is possible. And our goal is certainly to adhere to the laws of the land. We have to, like every other business, every other charity, every other person that wants to help and do things as a charity, there are standards, there are regulations, and we all have to adhere to them.
With COVID happening, and a lot of parents, especially those maybe in the hospitality industry, um, haven't been working or reduced hours at best recently. Um, how much more do you think the need is going to be this year?
Well, here's I guess an example of how great the need is. We launched the campaign last week, Wednesday. We had about 1 or 2 people registered over the weekend. To date, we have over 200 children registered, and that's with, within a week. Usually our numbers run between 400 and 500 children, all of the helping agencies that we work with, as well as our clients, the champions, the children who are left behind from gun violence. So that's our regular group of children and families that we help, annually. We know that those numbers are going to soar. We know that there are many more people who have never ever had to ask for help and support in getting their children ready for school that will be reaching out to us this year. So that is why the need to raise the funds and to get the gift cards is so um, important, at this time. So we are asking our community, those out there in the various capacities, if you do have $5, $2, $1, we're not adverse to the amount. We know that no donation is too big or too small. We know that the need is great, and we know that at this time, school uniforms are mandatory. You have to, your child has to be in a uniform in order to go to school. So we're just doing our part, working along with the government and any other persons who, want to help and making sure that our children are ready for school.
Right. Do you think some parents may feel a little bit reluctant to reach out to you if they need help? I mean, previously they might have been in a situation where they were okay, and I know a lot of people have a lot of pride. I mean, I've spoken to people before, it's just really difficult for some people at some time to ask for help.
Yeah. Well, we say to people, I mean, confidentiality is a huge part of what we do, working with at-risk children, working with children of gun violence, affected by gun violence. Our confidentiality is extremely high. So we encourage people, to put your pride aside. If you need the help, then ask for it. You're not going to get the help unless you ask or make it known that you need it. But we pride ourselves on making sure that no one else knows the information. It's all done through our website, which is highly protected. You just go to the website. You can register 1 to 4 children. You can go to our website to make a donation at our website. And our website is www.GinaSpenceProductions.com. And you can do it from your phone, any of your mobile devices as we speak. Both bank account numbers are there, HSBC as well as Bank of Butterfield. So the Butterfield account number is 060-163-348-0018. Again, Butterfield is 060-161-348-0018. And HSBC account number is 002-051-928-001. Again, HSBC 002-051-928-001. And in the memo, they can put ECOR 2020. And that will get you either registered or you can donate. But we know that there are many people who'll be coming to us for the first time, and many of these people probably donated to us in the past. But Don, we have to be honest. I think this is where we see the trickle down effect of COVID-19 on families and individuals. Most parents, if nothing else, they pride themselves of buying that school uniform, getting that sweater or that skirt or those shoes. It's got to be, very difficult to have to ask for help to get your children ready for school. However, that's what we're here for. It's by what every joint supplies. And Bermuda, even though we know a lot of people are struggling, we know a lot of people don't have the means to do so, but we have some very giving people. We have some donors and funders that have always given to us. And so many of them have reached out to us this year and said, gee, we hear you guys, we see you, here's something, here's what we can give. And since last week, Wednesday, when we launched the campaign, we've raised $8,000.
That's a good start.
That's a very good start, and that's been a $5 donation. That's been a $5,000. That's been a 2,000. It's been just whatever people can give, and we are grateful for that because we know that there are so many families who are in need this year, and children. We know that bullying is real. If you go to school and you don't look tidy or your shirt is ripped, or children tease you, and that whole bullying situation, starts out. So we want our children to show up on the first day looking good, feeling good, ready to, become educated and become our future leaders. That's our goal. We see each child as a serious investment. They say you either invest on this side or you pay on the other side.
Right. Well, I know I don't know who said it originally, but somebody said when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you do good.
Yeah, and we know that that's human nature. I mean, everybody, sometimes people just need that helping hand. Sometimes people need to be encouraged. Sometimes people need to be reminded of, in spite of this pandemic and how difficult things are, someone does care enough about you and your child to make a donation. Someone cares enough about you and your child to reach out to you and let you know, hey, we're here to help. We can only give what we receive. So the more that we receive, the more children we can help.
Let's say somebody, I know you said no amount's too small, too big, but let's say somebody just wanted to say like they wanted to sponsor a 1 day kit or a 3 day kit. How much would that be exactly?
Well, a 1 day kit is 125 for the child, and so you would just times that by 3 days.
Right.
They do have for this other, yeah. So the 1 day kit is $125, and it's really based on the age of the child because obviously the bigger the child, the sizes change. But for $125, you can help a child. You can, and for us, it's not. I mean, that's what it costs for the whole outfit. But what we do with our donations is we pool all the monies together, and then we look at how many applicants have registered, and then we match those applicants with the donation. And that's how we've been doing it. Even when we did the clothing drive, someone would go on the website and say, I need 2 skirts, a blazer, 2 pairs of socks, and a sweater. And so we would marry that with whatever's been brought into us. And let's say we don't have the blazer. So we would give you all the gently used clothes and we will give you the gift card to get the item that we don't have.
Right.
But because we don't have the school uniform recycling component, every dollar and every dime has to go toward a gift card.
Right. So, and the gift cards then are then tailored for each child depending on what they need.
Yes, absolutely. And the staff at the Gibbons, company will be more than happy to assist. They've worked with us for the last 8 years. They know, some people are putting children in school for the first time, so they're not sure, about everything that's required, or they may need some help and support. And the staff at Gibbons are absolutely wonderful. We also have great support, because there's other uniform stores that we have to go to, sidekicks for gym clothes, um, um, I'm trying to think of the other name of the stores. The Bermuda Uniform Shop. You've got English Sportsman Shop. There are lots of other places that we have to go in order to accommodate all of the needs. And, we're supporting local business, by raising these funds and spending money in our local stores. So we encourage people to give so that we can give and help. That's our goal.
When you started this program 8 years ago, what was the impetus for you? What was sort of the
For
shine?
me, well done. The truth of the matter is, I raised three girls as a single parent. And one of the things that used to overwhelm me was getting them ready for school because they were all different ages. So it's not like I could take one uniform and pass it on to the next. And, as a single parent raising three girls, I always wondered, did other parents struggle like me? Did they feel overwhelmed, trying to get each child ready? Did they deal with, having to feel inadequate at times, knowing that you just don't make enough money to provide? And so we actually did a survey first to try to find out from other parents, was there a need and for help and support? Now, remember, when I was sending my children to school, there was one uniform. So you had your khaki, your white shirt, and your tie, and your suitcase or your lunchbox or whatever. Nowadays, I mean, the items that children need you've got the school uniform, everything from skirts to shorts to shirts to sweaters. You've got the summer uniform, and then you've got the winter uniform. You've got the shirt with the logo. You've got the gym bag and the school bag and the lunch kit. I could only imagine, what those cars look like. And then, of course, the haircuts for the boys, um, bus tickets and bus tokens or whatever. I mean, there's so much. I would imagine to get one child ready for school with all of the elements, because we're just talking about the uniforms, it could be very costly. I mean, we chose school uniforms because we know that is the most cost. A haircut is not going to cost you the same as getting a full outfit for school. Shoes are pretty pricey as well, but I know, that I believe Hot 1075 used to do vouchers for school shoes.
Right.
Again, I don't know who's doing the back to school events this year. Many people have had to cancel events, due to COVID-19. I'm just so grateful that we can still help in some way and that we didn't have to cancel it altogether. And so I started out, with just, buying little items here and there. And it was a struggle, and I know that with my three children, I wasn't too ashamed to ask for help. I wasn't too ashamed to let people know, their godparents and other people, that they needed a shirt or some socks or whatever it was. But it was still hard. And I was working three jobs. I was working real hard. But outside of school uniforms, there are you got your electrolyte bill, you got to have lights on, you got to feed your children, you got to pay your rent. So when you really break it down and you really look at, what it takes to get a child to school, the uniform is one important aspect, but there are tons of other elements that go into preparing them for that day.
Right. As we get ready to wrap up here, you want to give the website again, the people can go
Sure.
find out some more.
It's Gina Spence Productions with an S on the end.com. At the website, you can make a donation and or register a child. We do have deadlines, so the registration for donations is the 28th of August, and the deadline for the day for distribution is the 28th of August. So the last day to give is on the 28th, and the day you will actually pick up the gift cards is the 29th. And we will continue to put information out there as we move forward. I do want to thank our sponsors, because, of course, we can't do this without the help and support of our community. Eye of the Eagle Productions, that's all of the video production. The Anointed Steps Dance Ministry School provides us with the space to host the event. Gibbons is our major partner in this. One Communications provides our 24-hour cell phone, and we're grateful for that. Um, we also have, who else did I forget? Yeah, I think that's everybody. But we are very, very grateful for the sponsors. Mediaville, they do, the internet has to be set up, to accommodate all this traffic and to allow people to make donations and register their children. And so we want to thank Mediaville as well. So it definitely takes a village. That's what our village looks like. We want to give a huge shout out to Nikita Robinson. She's with the Ladies Room on Magic. Every year she chooses our charity for the whole month of August to help us to promote and to keep it in front of people, how they can get help, where they can donate. And I definitely wanted to thank Burn News for allowing me this opportunity to, let people know, that we are grateful that we're still able to do it. So many charities are closing their doors, let alone being able to help. Our doors are still open. We're still receiving help and support, and we're still in a position, thanks to God, to help our community in the best way we knew how by, respecting and honoring the rules and regulations of the government.
Thank you, Gina. We appreciate having your time this morning. We were glad to host you and get the message out to help. Everyone should be pitching together in this pandemic. So we thank you.
It goes with our theme, each one reach one, so we have to bring that off the page this year. And like I said, we've raised over $6,000 since last week, and the funds are coming in and people are giving, and we will certainly do our best to make sure that our children are looking good and feeling good and ready for the first day of school.
All right. Thank you, Gina. I'm your host, Don Burgess, and as always for Burn News, we wish you a beautiful day.